Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a sunny strength and balance with me, Hannah. I am a senior fitness instructor with Stonebridge Community Services, and today's workout is going to be about 35 minutes here. We're going to have a little bit of a chat about some fall prevention strategies. Then we're going to do some strength exercises followed by some balance. You will need a small amount of equipment for the strength exercises. So a set of dumbbells would be ideal. I use a 3 pound. You could use a 2, a 3, or a 5. If you don't have access to dumbbells, if you don't have any, you can use 2 like evenly weighted objects in your house. Like soup cans, something like that would be ideal. 2 full water bottles would also work. We don't have any exercises that will be on the floor today. Everything will be standing or seated. But let's begin. And if you tuned in on Monday, you will know that we were talking about nutrition and how that relates to fall prevention. Basically, when we're nutritioning well, when we're feeding ourselves properly and getting the right kind of balanced diet, we can keep up our lean muscle mass, maintain a healthy weight, and that means stronger muscles, stronger bones, and it gives you energy. If you're not eating enough, you can feel weak, and dizzy. That's going to lead to an increased chance of falling. So let's look a little bit deeper into what constitutes that good and balanced diet. Now, we did mention the other day that 3 balanced meals a day is ideal. If you have a small appetite and you find that just the 3 meals are going to be too big to get in everything you need, you can split them up into smaller meals, adding smaller snacks in between, or nutritional drinks. Like I love a smoothie with lots of fruit and veg and stuff in it for good nutrients there. So it can be, what am I trying to say? So most adults over 50 would benefit from taking a daily multivitamin, something that's formulated for older adults in inverted commas. But before starting any supplements like that, it's really best to check with your doctor. Is there anything that you're actually deficient in? Because if there's not, there's really no need to add that. But there's lots of minerals, vitamins and minerals that are really important, and it can be more difficult to absorb those from food as we age. Zinc is one that's really important. It's good for your immune system. And it's found also, if you're trying to get all your stuff from food, it's found in things like oysters, turkey, lima beans, bran cereal, nuts, milk, red meat. I don't know why they lead the list with oysters. I feel like that from everything there, that's probably what you eat least commonly. Actually, I don't know, maybe you're big oyster fans, but I feel like that should be the bottom of the list here. Eating foods that are high in fiber is really important for your digestion to help maintain that regular bowel function. And examples of those things like apples, pears, spinach, whole grain breads, beans, legumes, and ground flax seeds are really good. I like those in a smoothie or just stirred into oatmeal. I find that they have quite a nice nutty taste. So there's recommended servings of fruit, not just fruit, of lots of different things. Recommended servings, we'll go through those quickly. So for adults over 50, this is per day. 7 servings of fruit and vegetables, 6 of grain products, 3 of milk and milk alternatives, so your dairy, and then 2 of meat, or your vegan or vegetarian equivalent of meat. So yeah, lots of fruit and vegetables, and we really want to be having a diverse range of fruits and veg. I think I've heard, and I haven't just heard this randomly I work sometimes with a nutritionist, so I've heard that 30 different plant sources through a week is what you want to aim for, which sounds a lot, but things like nuts count within that, because that's a plant. Any different kinds of lettuce would count as a different one. I wouldn't get caught up in the numbers, but a diverse range of fruits and veg, lots of fruits and veg. If you have special dietary needs, for example, if you're diabetic, being referred to a dietitian can really help you there to make sure that you're getting everything you need. So again, how does this relate to falls? To bring it back to that, if you're eating a proper diet, if you're fueling your body correctly, you're going to have improved mental and physical health, more energy, fewer aches and pains, stronger bones, stronger muscles, which leads to better posture, better balance, and a decreased chance of falls. So everything kind of fits together here really nicely. Okay, let's begin. We are going to warm up and then we will exercise. So let's stand up here. Look at that sun coming in through the window. It feels like a treat. All right, let's stand up nice and tall, and we're going to march on the spot, picking those feet up and standing nice and tall, moving those arms forwards and backwards, just letting those arms kind of swing naturally here. Let's take our shoulders up towards our ears and slowly relax them down. And again, pull those shoulders up and down. Lift those shoulders, relax down, and again, lift and relax. Good. We're going to roll our shoulders one at a time. Backwards to begin with. And then forwards. Good, let's bring those arms out to the sides now and make some little circles. Oops, I thought I could move my mat with my foot. And back in that other direction. Let's take those hands in towards your chest and reach them out. In and out, in and out, in and out, and in and out, and in and out again. Good. Let's press one hand to the ceiling, followed by the other. Slowly circle those arms down. Press up one, the other, circle down nice and slowly. One, the other. Slowly circle those arms, and again, one and the other. Lower those hands. Great. Let's stand with our feet hip width apart here, and I want you to circle your hips nice and slowly. So gently warming up through those hips. And back in the other direction. Very good. Let's take one foot, tap that toe and your heel. Toe and heel. Toe and heel. Let's move our arms at the same time. So we're kind of marching with those arms as we tap that toe and that heel. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, and toe. And then switch to the other side. Tap your toe and your heel. Keep the feet moving. Sorry, keep the arms moving. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. So good. Let's switch to let's look at our feet again. One foot, we're going to tap our toes of that one foot. So keep those heels on the floor. Pick your hands up here and we'll start by wiggling our fingers and then tapping those fingers to thumb. Tapping those toes, tapping those fingers. Good. Switch to the other side. Tap your toes and now let's circle our wrists. Again, nice and slowly. And back in the other direction. Good. Let's take a deep breath now. Big inhale, reach those arms right up. And exhale. Slowly lower down. Oh, excuse me. All right, we're going to start with a squat this morning. We don't need any weights, but it's going to be a little bit more interesting than usual. So starting with our feet, about hip width apart here, your toes are facing forward, our knees are soft to begin with, and we're standing up tall. Now we're going to squat down, and we're going to kind of stop about halfway down, and we're going to pulse. So we're going to bob up and down just an inch. I'll show you. So we're going to stop about here. We're going to go up an inch, down an inch. And we're going to bob up and down here for about 5, and then we'll stand all the way up. All right, are we ready? Here we go. Halfway down here, up an inch, down an inch. Bouncing up and down just a little bit. Keep those feet still for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's stand up. And then let's squat down to about halfway, up an inch, down an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up, halfway down, up an inch, down an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up, halfway down, up an inch, down an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way up and halfway down, up an inch, down an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake those legs out a little bit. Should feel that in those thighs here just a little. All right, let's stand close to some support furniture. I just like to stand near the wall. I'll have my hand on the wall here, but you can use the chair, kitchen counter, table, back of the sofa, anything that's a comfortable height to have a hand on. We're going to do some heel raises. So let's push up onto our tiptoes and then slowly lower those heels to the floor. Standing nice and tall. We're pulling that belly button in towards our spine, engaging your core muscles here. Good. Nice big exhale as you lift up. And inhale as we slowly lower down. Good. Oops. Nice and slow. We'll do 3 more of these. Here's 1. And 2. And 3. Perfect. Let's pick our weights up now and move to our upper body. So those hands, feet are still hip width apart. Those hands are facing, palms are facing you. So hands in front of you, palms facing your body. We're going to do an upright row. So we're standing nice and tall, and we're going to lift those hands up. So pick up those elbows, slowly lower them down. Here we go. Lifting up and lowering, as if you're picking up like some really heavy bags of shopping. So lift and then lower. Good. Pick those elbows up, lower down, up and down. Good. Let's do 2 more of these. Here's 1. And then 2. Good. A weight in each hand still, and now we're going to do a bent over row. So I'm just turning to the side so you can see the position I'm stood in. Feet again are hip width apart, our knees are soft. Let's hinge forward at the hip a little bit. So stick your bum out behind you. We're going to row up one arm and then the other. So picking that hand up, it comes towards your armpit. Elbow right back past your body. And they're both at the same time for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Standing nice and tall. We'll pop the weights down and let's do our couple of abdominal exercises here. I want you to stand close to the wall. We're going to work on an incline, and the wall is really the best place, the easiest place to do it. So we're going to stand with our hands out flat at the wall. You can see I just have a straight line. I'm standing up straight. My arms are straight out in front of me, about shoulder height. Let's take one step back. So now my head is closer to the wall than my feet. And we're going to do some mountain climbers. So we're driving one knee at a time up towards your chest. We're not going to move too fast. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. So let me just look at my watch so I get to a point that I can remember. All right, here we go. Driving one knee and then the other. Pulling those knees up towards your chest, lowering down, not too quickly. We're looking ahead, so focusing on a spot between your hands. Don't look down at your feet, just keep looking forwards. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Stay in this incline. Now we want to move our feet. You can't actually see my feet, so I'm going to try and move myself and keep myself supported. There we go. So we're going to step one foot out and then back in, and the other out and in. We're trying to keep our upper body nice and still. You can say I have a nice straight line from my tailbone all the way up to the top of my head. I'm going to try and maintain that. My hands, oops, the light switch is right here. My hands are shoulder level, so a straight line from my shoulder to my hands. I'm not reaching up or down. And I'm going to focus my gaze between my hands. 30 seconds of those foot taps. Here we go. Out and in. Out and in. Good. Out, in, out, in. Not moving too quickly again. Tapping one toe and then the other. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good. 1, 2. For 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And let's stand up tall and relax away from the wall. Have a quick drink and we're going to repeat all of those exercises, all 5 of them. 6 of them. Okie dokie. So feet hip width apart, toes pointing forward, standing nice and tall. We've got that squat with the pulse. So halfway down into that squat position, and we're going to pulse up and down, bob up and down an inch. Just a small movement for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up. Good. Halfway down, up an inch, down an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up. Halfway down and up an inch, down an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take some deep breaths. We're already motoring through this, I know. Halfway down, up an inch, down an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And last one, halfway down, up an inch, down an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, good work. That's tiring on the legs, but that's good for you. The challenge is good. All right, feet facing forwards, flat on the floor. We're going to do some heel raises. So let's be close to something to support you. I'm just going to use the wall. Push up onto tiptoes. Slowly lower those heels to the ground and repeat. Good. Up onto those tiptoes, heels slowly lower. Great. We'll do 3 more of these. Here's 1. And 2. And then 3. Perfect. And we can pick our weights up now. So let's get into that upright row. Feet facing forward. Hands in front of you. Let's lift up the elbows. Slowly lower down. Good. Lift the elbows. Good. Pick those elbows up as those hands raise. Up and down. Good. And again. And let's do one more. And slowly lower. Good. We'll do a bent over row here. So turning to the side, soft knees, stick your bum out. We're leaning forward a little bit. We're going to do both arms at the same time. So remember, we're picking that weight up towards our armpit. That elbow's coming right back past your body. And when we're moving both arms at the same time, those shoulder blades are squeezing together. Here we go. Both at the same time. For 4 more. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Stand up nice and tall. Excellent. And let's pop those weights down. We're going to come over to the wall to use the incline for those abdominal movements. So hands on the wall straight in front of you. Take that one step back so your head is closer to the wall than your feet. Now you're in that nice incline. In 5 seconds, we'll begin. We'll do 30 seconds of those mountain climbers. So driving that knee up towards your chest. Here we go. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. It really is like you're climbing a big hill or a mountain. So remember, we're looking forwards between our hands. We don't need to be looking at the floor. We're looking up to the ceiling. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Stay where you are here, and we're going to tap one foot out and then the other. So left foot out to the side, back to center, right foot out to the side, back to center. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Tap to the side. Good. Sorry about the barking. The propane truck just went past. He actually didn't stop here, but the dog remembers that he does sometimes, I think. But take some deep breaths, tapping those toes, 1 at a time, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And stand up nice and tall. Excellent, everybody. Have a quick drink here. And let's begin some balance work. So when we're balancing, we always want to have some piece of support furniture pretty close by in case we need it. So I'm going to use the wall again, my beloved wall. You can use your chair, your kitchen chair, your armchair, the kitchen table, the counter, the back of the sofa. Anything that's a good height and sturdy and stable. Keep that there so that you can use that to support you. So we're going to start with our our feet really close together. So standing in this very narrow stance. So we're starting to challenge our balance just a little bit. Standing up tall and relaxing those shoulders down. We're looking up and ahead. Think about relaxing those feet into the floor. If you don't have shoes on, this is really, it feels a little easier to do. You can kind of press those toes right into the ground, really relax those feet. Think about those feet sinking into the floor and anchoring you to the ground. Make sure your rib cage is over your hips, so you're not pushing your hips forward. You're not pushing your bum out. Your feet, your rib cage over hips, a nice straight line, and shoulders are relaxed. So let's take one arm up to the ceiling. Good. And the other, nice and slowly. Bring those arms out to the sides. And then let's reach those arms forwards. Turn those palms up. Bring those arms, oops, back out to the side. I'm in the way of the wall here. And we're going to turn those palms down. And then up. And down. Turn them up. Turn the left one down. Keep the right one up. So you can't see my right hand. And then flip them over. So now left one's up, right one's down. And back again. And flip. And again. And flip. And again, relax those arms here. Good. We're going to stand on one leg. I'm going to work on raising one arm at a time. So this might be more tricky because one hand that might be the holding hand is maybe going to come up. So you either want to have a chair on one side and a chair on the other, or you're going to challenge yourself to lift the supporting hand up off the floor. So place yourself where you need to. If you need something on both sides, so you can raise one hand, alternate those hands, or be prepared for the challenge here. So I'm going to start on my right leg, standing on my right leg, foot really pushing into the floor, a little bend of my knee. Let's take that left foot up off the ground. We're standing nice and tall. We'll just stand here for a couple of moments, find our balance, look up and ahead, and find something to look at, maybe on the wall in front of you, kind of behind the camera there, behind the screen, something that isn't moving. Something to focus that gaze on to help your balance. And now I want you to take your left hand to reach up, slowly lower it down, and then the right reaches up and lowers, left, raise, and right, raise. Good, and lower, left, and lower, and right, and lower, and once more each side, left, and right. Good, let's switch to the other side, so onto that left foot now, little bend of that left knee, pushing that foot into the floor, and take that right foot up off the ground. Holding on as much as you need to. Let's look up and ahead. Let's see what we can focus on, something that isn't moving to keep us a little bit steady here. And we're going to reach one hand and the other. One and the other. One and the other. Good. One and the other. Great, wonderful. Okay, let's move around a little more here. We're going to start with our tiptoe walk. So we're coming up onto our tippy toes. We're going to take little steps forwards and backwards, nice and tall, through that chest, looking, whoops, looking up and ahead. Nice, small steps. Not too quickly. It's quite the workout for the calves, for those lower legs. We just want to challenge that balance in a different way. So forwards and backwards on tiptoes. Relax down. And let's move into that tightrope walk where we take heel to toe steps. Oops. Forwards and backwards. You can take as many steps as you have the space for. I'm trying to keep myself within the boundaries of the camera, so I'm not taking too many, but you can for sure walk further than me if your space allows. Yeah. So standing nice and tall, looking up and ahead. Let's try not to look at our feet. Good. Great. This time as you go forwards, I want you to turn it to the left and then to the right. And then back to your left and your right. Look to your left, look to your right, look to your left, oh. And look to your right. Good. Let's try something different here. We're going to stand still a little bit more. So one hand Make sure it can grab hold of the wall or the chair whenever it needs to. Let's start with the left leg. We're going to tap our left toe forwards, to the side, and then backwards. Round again. Forwards, to the side, and backwards. Forwards, to the side, and then backwards. And a little faster here. Forwards, to the side, and backwards. Forwards, whoops, to the side, and backwards. Round again. Forwards, to the side, and backwards. Forwards, to the side, and backwards. Faster again. Forwards, side, backwards, forwards, side, backwards. Pause here. Tap that toe forwards and let's lift. Lift off the floor and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax here. Let's take that foot out to the side and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And relax. And then tap that toe behind you and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We'll try the other side here. Oh, the dog. Right leg moves this time. Tap that toe forwards, to the side, and behind. Forwards, to the side, and behind. Forwards, to the side, and behind. A little faster. Forwards, to the side, and behind. Forwards, to the side, and behind. And again, forwards, to the side, and behind, and round again. Forwards, to the side, and behind. Faster. Forwards, to the side, behind, and again. Forwards, to the side, and behind. Good. Pause here. Tap forwards, and lift. And we'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that toe out to the side, and let's lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And toe out behind you and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good work, everybody. We are ready to stretch. Have a drink now if you want to. And let's get stretching. We're going to bring that one arm across your body and hold it here. Deep breaths. We're standing tall. Relaxing into that stretch. Oh, excuse me. Good. And the other side. Good. Relax those arms. Let's link our fingers here. Push those hands away from you. So pushing through the palms of your hands. Feel that stretch in the back of your shoulders, in your upper body. Good. And relax. Let's come and sit down. Oops. We're going to sit right back in our chairs. Pull, I'm going to sit forward so you can see me better. Pull that knee in towards your chest and let's circle that ankle nice and slowly. Good, and back in the other direction. Good, relax that foot and the other side. Pull that knee in. Let's circle that ankle. And back in the other direction. Good, relax that foot. Let's stay sitting back in our chair here. Sit up nice and tall and bring your chin down towards your chest. Good, looking up, we'll take ear to shoulder. And the other way. Good, back to center, chin towards your shoulder this time. Good, and the other way, chin to shoulder. Good, and relax, let's stand up. Final stretch here, we're gonna reach our arms out behind us. Stretch those fingers right out, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Wrap those arms around yourself. Give yourself a nice squeeze and a pat on the back. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all have a super weekend, and I will see you on Monday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hannah. Have a great one, everybody.